Have you ever wondered why some people claim to feel physical discomfort when exposed to electronics? This is a question that has perplexed scientists, medical professionals, and laypersons alike. The phenomenon we're talking about is known as electromagnetic hypersensitivity, or EHS for short. EHS is a claimed sensitivity to electromagnetic fields, and it's a topic that's been steeped in controversy and debate for years. Those who say they suffer from EHS report a range of symptoms, many of which can be debilitating. These symptoms can include headaches, fatigue, and stress, but they don't stop there. Sleep disturbances are also commonly reported, and it's not unusual for sufferers to experience skin symptoms such as prickling, burning sensations, and rashes. Muscle pain and aches are another familiar complaint, and many sufferers also describe a general feeling of unease or discomfort when in close proximity to electronic devices or areas with a high electromagnetic field. It's a condition that, for those who experience it, can have a profound impact on their quality of life. However, it's not as simple as it might seem. EHS is a condition that's not universally recognized by the medical community. Some professionals attribute the symptoms to other factors, like stress or pre-existing medical conditions, while others believe that the symptoms are psychosomatic, that is, they're a physical manifestation of a psychological concern. On the other hand, some believe that EHS is very real, and that the symptoms sufferers experience are directly linked to exposure to electromagnetic fields. It's a complex issue, and it's one that we're still trying to fully understand. So, are these people just imagining things, or is there more to it? Are the symptoms they're experiencing the result of exposure to electromagnetic fields, or could there be another explanation? These are the questions that scientists, doctors, and sufferers are grappling with. It's time to delve into the science. Let's explore this fascinating and enigmatic condition together. To understand electromagnetic hypersensitivity, we first need to comprehend what electromagnetic fields are. These fields are areas of energy produced by electrically charged objects. They're invisible to the naked eye, but they're all around us, permeating our daily lives. Think about it this way. Every time you flick a light switch, use your smartphone, or heat up your dinner in the microwave, you're interacting with these fields. In our modern world, with its sheer proliferation of electronic devices, we're constantly immersed in electromagnetic fields. They've become as integral to our environment as the air we breathe. Now let's delve into the concept of electromagnetic hypersensitivity. It's a purported sensitivity to these omnipresent fields. Individuals reporting this sensitivity describe a wide array of symptoms, from headaches and fatigue to skin rashes and heart palpitations. These symptoms are said to occur in the presence of electromagnetic fields, and often the individuals will report relief when they distance themselves from the sources of these fields. It's important to note that these symptoms are real and distressing to those who experience them. The debate isn't about the validity of the symptoms, but rather their cause. Those who identify as electromagnetically hypersensitive firmly believe that their symptoms are triggered by exposure to electromagnetic fields. The question then is not whether these symptoms exist, but whether they can be reliably linked to exposure to electromagnetic fields. This is where the waters get murky. The scientific community is divided, with some researchers suggesting a connection, while others remain skeptical, pointing to the lack of solid, reproducible evidence. In the next scene, we'll delve deeper into this debate, examining the perspective of the medical community. But for now, we'll leave you with this thought. Electromagnetic hypersensitivity, as we understand it today, remains a complex and controversial puzzle, one that we're still trying to piece together in this digital age. But the question remains, is this a recognized medical condition? From a medical perspective, electromagnetic hypersensitivity is quite controversial. This controversy stems from the fact that the medical community at large, including the World Health Organization, does not officially recognize it as a medical condition. This perspective is not arbitrary, but is based on a significant body of research. In the world of medicine, evidence-based practice is the gold standard. This means that before a condition is recognized, there needs to be substantial scientific evidence to support its existence and its causative factors. In the case of electromagnetic hypersensitivity, the scientific community has yet to find definitive evidence that links the reported symptoms directly to electromagnetic fields. Numerous double-blind studies have been conducted where neither the researcher nor the participant knows whether they are being exposed to electromagnetic fields or not. The results? They consistently show that those who claim to have electromagnetic hypersensitivity are unable to accurately identify when they are being exposed to these fields. Moreover, medical experts often point out that the symptoms associated with electromagnetic hypersensitivity, such as headaches, fatigue, and stress, are not unique. They are common symptoms that can be associated with a host of other medical conditions, psychological factors, or even lifestyle choices. This brings us to another key point of contention within the medical community. There is a growing body of evidence suggesting that the symptoms of electromagnetic hypersensitivity may be psychosomatic in nature. This means that the symptoms are real, but they may be triggered by the belief that one is being exposed to harmful electromagnetic fields, rather than the actual exposure itself. In other words, it could be a classic case of the nocebo effect, where negative expectations of harm lead to the experience of actual harm. This is the opposite of the more commonly known placebo effect, where positive expectations lead to positive outcomes. So if it's not recognized medically, why do some people firmly believe they have it? The answer to this question is complex and multifaceted, and it's what we'll be diving into in our next segment. The controversy surrounding EHS has led to a divide between believers and skeptics. The world of electromagnetic hypersensitivity, EHS, is a complex landscape of varying beliefs and attitudes. On one side of the divide, we find the believers, individuals who are convinced they are experiencing very real and often debilitating symptoms as a result of exposure to electromagnetic fields. These believers tell compelling stories of their experiences with EHS. Many describe a sudden onset of symptoms often after a significant exposure to electromagnetic fields, perhaps from a new smartphone or a Wi-Fi router. They speak of headaches, fatigue, and a host of other symptoms that seem to vanish when they distance themselves from electromagnetic sources. For some, these symptoms have become so severe that they've had to drastically alter their lives, relocating to remote areas or living without modern conveniences to avoid exposure. On the other side of the divide, we have the skeptics. These individuals, often scientists or medical professionals, argue that the symptoms associated with EHS are not caused by electromagnetic fields, but are instead psychological or due to other underlying health issues. They point to studies that fail to show a consistent link between electromagnetic exposure and the reported symptoms. These skeptics argue that while the symptoms are real and often distressing, attributing them to electromagnetic hypersensitivity can lead to unnecessary fear and avoidance behaviors. Yet, within this divide, there's a shared acknowledgement of the suffering experienced by those who identify as having EHS. Skeptics may question the cause, but they don't deny the reality of the symptoms. Believers may feel misunderstood, but they don't doubt the sincerity of the skeptic's desire to understand and help. Despite the controversy, it's clear that the people experiencing these symptoms are suffering. So, how can they find relief? As we explore further in the next scene, it's essential to remember that whatever one's stance on EHS, the focus should always be on reducing suffering and improving quality of life. Whether electromagnetic hypersensitivity is a real condition or not, managing the symptoms is crucial for those affected. Let's delve into some coping strategies that have been reported to provide relief. One of the most common strategies is reducing exposure to electronic devices. This might involve limiting the time spent on computers, smartphones, and other devices that emit electromagnetic fields. Some individuals have also found comfort in creating safe spaces in their homes, free from electronic devices and wireless signals. However, it's important to remember that complete avoidance of all sources of electromagnetic fields is nearly impossible in our modern world. Therefore, learning to manage the symptoms is often a more realistic approach. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, has been shown to be effective in helping individuals cope with a range of conditions, including those related to hypersensitivity. This form of therapy focuses on changing thought patterns and behaviors that can contribute to symptoms. It can help individuals understand their sensitivity better and develop strategies to deal with it. Lifestyle changes can also play a significant role. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and good sleep hygiene can boost overall health and resilience. Stress management techniques such as mindfulness and meditation can also be beneficial. Of course, it's crucial to seek medical advice if you're experiencing symptoms. Many symptoms associated with electromagnetic hypersensitivity like headaches, fatigue, and dizziness, can also indicate other health issues. A healthcare professional can help rule out other potential causes and guide you towards appropriate treatment options. While these strategies may not eliminate symptoms entirely, they can help manage them, improving the quality of life for those affected. Remember, everyone is unique, and what works for one person may not work for another. It's all about finding what works best for you. While the debate on electromagnetic hypersensitivity continues, one thing is clear: the suffering is real, and understanding is the first step to finding solutions.